I love, let me repeat, I truly love, let me go in for a third time. I extremely enjoy creating audiobooks. And let me tell you why. This is a way for me to bring my book to life. And I enjoy the collaborative process of working with a narrator and having them read over my manuscript and interpret my words. Yes, I will give that narrator some input as to the type of voice I want, the mood of the story, the power and the importance of the characters, how I see them. I give the narrator a brief profile, a brief understanding of what I want in the end product of my audiobook. And then I let them do their job. I let them create magic. And what is beautiful about creating audiobooks is I pass my work on to someone else who interprets it and presents it in a different medium than writing. And some narrators are much better at creating audiobooks than others. Some are extremely professional. Let me tell you about the time I worked with an actor. He was Spanish, and I wanted him to use his native language in my story because my main character was also Spanish. But what I didn't realize is that once I sent my manuscript to this narrator, he outlined it, he made notes, he took my manuscript apart and just put in all the information he needed, all the directions, all the clues, and all the cues to tell him when to change a voice, how to interpret a scene, what does that scene mean. I had no idea that this man would mark up my manuscript as though he were performing a play or as though he were given a role on a television series. He took my audiobook and my manuscript seriously, and I enjoy that. And let me tell you, the end product was worth the wait. It was worth the money I paid for it, and it gave my audiobook legitimacy. And when people view it on Amazon and they listen to the sample, or if they listen to it on Kobo or at Walmart's ebook website or Barnes and Noble or any of the other audiobook platforms, Overdrive, they will get a polished presentation of my work, and they will get an extension of my work and a different interpretation of my manuscript. I remember the first time I actually listened to my first book, audiobook, which was Cargo. And this book is written under E.F. Griffin, which is one of my pen names. And this book deals with human trafficking, sex trafficking. And the female narrator was amazing. And it just left me speechless hearing my words coming out of the mouth of someone else. And I felt empowered. I felt the dramatization. I heard the dramatization. I was engrossed in listening to the story, even though I had written it. So for those authors out there who are able to turn their manuscripts into ebooks and then into audiobooks and into paperback books, there are readers and listeners and people that will appreciate your work in each of those mediums. And some people will only listen to audiobooks. Some people will only read paperback books. Some people will only download ebooks. And then you have those who will do all three, depending on their mood, depending on their time constraints, depending on what they have going on in their active lives. So, I just want to encourage you authors out there and let you know that with the indie boom and the explosion of indie writers, we are able to present our work in any format that we choose. And yes, there is a cost attached to this. I know for me, one of my audiobooks, I ended up using my income tax return. Another one, I ended up just putting money away and squirreling it away until I was able to pay for it. And with audiobooks, the narrator gets paid per finished hour. And that per finished hour could range from, I'll say, $100 to $400, $500. But I have worked with such professionals as I said, actors, people that have done that for a living. I've worked with people that have narrating as their second job, and they make money doing that in addition to holding a full-time job. You can find narrators on different spectrums